Hi Elise, how are you going today?
Hi, I'm doing all right.
As you know, for part of you leaving the company, we'll need to be conducting an exit interview just to get an insight. So my name is Lexi, I'm from the HR department at Hungry Jack's, and I am following up on your leaving the role of manager from the restaurant of Hungry Jack's. Alright, we'll start with the first question. I'm just letting you know that everything you say here today will be confidential. It's just going to the purposes of looking to see where the company is doing good and bad and what we can improve on. So it will be confidential with whatever you say. It won't be kept down as your name. Alright, we'll start with, did you feel like a valued part of the team?
Sometimes I think I made some lifelong friends along the way, but I feel that miscommunication with managers, also no communication at all sometimes made it difficult for me to do my job. Also being undermined, I feel like that happens quite often.
Was that from individual staff or just everyone around?
Probably a few of the staff, but not all of them.
Okay, interesting. For your job role as a assistant restaurant manager at Hungry Jack's, did you feel there is anything that could have been done differently to help you achieve your career goals?
No, I feel that Hungry Jack's was just not something that I see myself doing in the future. It was just part of my transition into something that I wanted to do.
Did you feel there were any skills relevant to the role that you will use in the future?
I mean, maybe one day. I think leadership is definitely a big skill that I will need in any of my future jobs. Organisation, time management, they're all very valuable skills that I have learned here that I can take with me in my future careers.
Amazing. Did your manager provide you with the needed resources to successfully complete your job?
No, I'd say the payment wasn't high enough. There weren't enough employees at the restaurant to keep it functioning. And so every other assistant manager we had on, or the experienced staff, had to pick up the slack for everyone else.
Yeah.
Also, our restaurant manager was frequently late all the time and clearly didn't care about the rest of the team. I don't know.
And what do you think could have been done differently in order to make sure every time you come into your shift you feel like that you are successfully set up?
For this restaurant to function well, I think we needed definitely more staff employed, to upskill all the staff that we already had. Just better organisation from everyone.
So we'll just wrap this up just because we know that you obviously don't want to be here, you are leaving the company with us, but I am just generally interested in what prompted you to leave this role after so long.
Well, during my time in management at Hungry Jack's, I had already been studying at uni for a good 2 years, doing environmental health. And so managing at Hungry Jack's doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm trying to pursue.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to get into environmental health, so this was just a jumping off point from that.
Amazing. So in terms of working in the restaurant, did you see many people from above the restaurant manager level, so anyone from operations? Did they ever come into the restaurant? If they did they ever speak to any of the staff, and what interactions, if any, did you ever have with them?
Higher ups, I think they probably only came in once or twice a month. They just popped in for a little bit, talked to probably our restaurant manager for a few minutes, and then just left again. But for their short stay, the restaurant was, how do you say this? Like, everyone was made to feel like the restaurant had to be perfect for those few minutes. And so it made everyone feel really tense and rushed. because they have to clean all this stuff for someone to pop in for just such a short amount of time.
And did you ever feel like you could talk to those people for help, or any requirements or situations that you needed or you felt needed to go higher up? Do you feel like you could speak to these people?
I mean, sometimes I did have issues with sick leave, and so I needed to talk to the higher ups in order to get it, because I would just keep not getting it.
Is that just in terms of you just didn't get the paid out money for the sick leave?
I would call in sick with the right amount of time.
Yeah.
And I would hand in my sick note the day of, and weeks would go by and I wouldn't get my sick leave.
Okay, that's interesting. I haven't heard about that one. That might be something that we have to get into contact about payroll, but I'm happy you brought that one up, because that's something that I hope we can change for the future to ensure that everybody's getting the pay they deserve. And just wrapping up with this one last question, I'm just wanting to know what did prompt you to leave the role that you have with us?
I find that as much as I did like the workers, a lot of them were toxic, and a lot of them did talk behind other people's backs a lot. And they wouldn't bring it up to you, and it was like, in order for me to do a better job, I think I would have needed to know those things that they were talking about.
Yeah.
But it would never be told to me. And so I'm lost.
So in terms of drama in the workplace, do you have any recommendations in how we could look into stopping it and bringing it to a minimum?
Yeah, I think we just need to hire staff that are mature enough to understand that this is just work and to not take things personally. But I understand that we need the young people to keep costs of labour down.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just a tricky situation.
It is, yes, I understand. Yeah, thank you so much for today. I know it might have been very annoying for you to come out. And I wish you the best of luck. And I thank you so much for coming. Everything you've said today, I'll be keeping into consideration, and I'll take down as notes, and I'll be discussing it with other HR advisors, and we'll be looking into how we can improve the restaurant from here on out. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.